In today's news, 21-year-old Erick Rabsatt wanted in relation to the murder of Jaimez Stoutt.
And community calls for answers as the Virgin Islander and U.S. Army veteran himself, Mr. Jaimez Stoutt, has been laid to rest.
And the Omicron variant detected in the BVI as cases surpassed 1,200 mark with 2 additional deaths. More than 100 healthcare workers test positive.
7th District Community and Youth Organizer Kevon S Lettsome appeals to the 7th District Representative for swift reopening of the Rosalind Penn Health Centre. He says we need the Deputy Premier of this territory to step up for us.
Our viewers, these and more stories when to it for a news return.
You value traditions. Today, you value music. You value education. Family.
I love you.
Service.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Love. Life. At Popular, we're committed to you and everything our community values. For the things you value the most, count on us. Popular.
Well, welcome everyone. It's Monday, January 10th, 2022. I'm Kamal Haynes.
And I'm Ron Grant. We're coming to you live and direct from the Virgin Islands. A happy Monday to each and every one of you. Of course, before we get into our newscast, just touching on some headlines. The Road Town needs a community center, says the Honorable Mark Vanterpool, who's been the representative for a number of decades now. Premier defends government's handling of the Airports Authority, and the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force creates a special team to review old murder cases.
And viewers, we start today with what we could call a breaking story where the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force has issued an arrest warrant for 21-year-old Erick Rabsatt as a suspect in the shooting death of the late Jaimez Stoutt. But this was confirmed in a media statement issued today, Monday, January 10th, which said the arrest warrant has also been issued in the neighboring United States Virgin Islands. What the RIVFP said, and I quote, "The arrest warrant has been circulated within the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force and throughout the 3 islands of the United States Virgin Islands. Officers of the major incident team are asking family members and associates here and abroad to encourage Rapsat to turn himself in for his safety so he can be questioned in the matter. Well, since he is wanted in connection with murder, his security and those of others around him are at high risk," end quote. Well, the police also warned persons of the serious offense of harboring a known fugitive, stating that there are severe consequences to such actions. Well, the police said, and I quote, "Well, persons found sheltering, hiding, or harboring the suspect can also be charged and upon conviction face hefty penalties," the release said. Rapsat is described as being slim-built, approximately 5'10" inches tall, weighing between 160 and 170 pounds, and was last known to reside in the Passaic Estate area. The police are encouraging persons who have seen Rapsat or have information about his whereabouts to contact the major incident team at 368-5682 or the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force Intelligence Unit at 368-9339. Well, this is not Rapsat's first run-in with the law, as he was previously arrested and charged with death by dangerous driving and attempting to pervert the course of justice in relation to the October 2019 accident at Duff Bottom that took the life of 20-year-old Ryan Adams. Ron, this is obviously some breaking news. We would have seen somewhat of from the public itself. You know, the public was fed up in terms of almost a month tomorrow.
As they have a right to be.
Yeah, tomorrow make a month since his death. I would have seen him buried over the weekend, and a lot of persons were frustrated that no arrests were made or have been made to date at this time. Now we're seeing the police force basically issuing a warrant for one of the, what they would say a lead suspect in the death of Mr. Stoutt.
Speaking of Mr. Stoutt, over the weekend, on Saturday, January 8th, 2022, family, friends, and colleagues gathered to pay their final respects to Jaimez Stoutt. The somber service saw mourners from near and far. Stout was fatally shot, as we mentioned earlier, at the Crystals nightclub, and truly epitomized fatherhood. He was remembered for being a U.S. Army veteran. In addition to that, a talented tattoo artist. In the Virgin Islands, many persons came out to pay their respects and show support to his family. Now, while in the U.S. Army, Stout received many badges for service in Afghanistan, from Medal with Campaign Star, also Army Good Conduct Medal, National Defense Service Medal, Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, Army Service Ribbon, and so much more. His burial saw his casket being draped with the flag of the USA, which was subsequently presented to his grieving mother, Miss Joycelyn Leonard Walters. Now, the father of one was also remembered for his love for family, friends, and again, his amazing tattoo work. He was a member of the class of 2007. Viewers, we have so much more in store for you. Of course, following the cases in the BVI that are on the rise. In addition to that, 7th District Community and Youth Organizer Kevon S Lettsome appeals to 7th District Representative to what he says: we need the Deputy Premier of this territory to step up for us. All this and so much more after a word from our sponsors. You're watching 284 News.
The wait is over. CCT Fire is here. Experience ultra-fast downloads, seamless streaming, and even more reliable connectivity on an all-new fire-blazing super-fast CCT Fiber network. CCT Fire. Bring it home and upgrade today.
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
Well, welcome back, viewers. Well, the British Virgin Islands has confirmed that the Omicron variant of the COVID-19 virus is present in the territory, as cases surpassed the 1,200 mark, with more than 100 healthcare workers affected and 2 additional deaths. But this was confirmed by the Minister of Health, Kovan Malone, during a late evening media conference on Friday, December 7th.
We have sent samples down to Kovan. The samples have returned. We now have confirmed that 12 of the 25 samples that were tested by Kovan have been returned with the Omicron virus, this strain. So we now have the presence of Delta. We have the presence of Omicron. We are sending additional samples down. But with the fast spreading nature of this virus, we were suspecting that Omicron was here. We now have official verification that it is in our midst. There is almost zero, no business that has not been affected. So it would have an effect on businesses being able to continue, open their doors and continue. There's almost no household that is unaffected in this particular time.
Well, Minister Malone at the time said the active positive cases in the BVI stood at 1,049. Well, he said the positivity rate over the last few days has been concerning, as it is currently relatively high.
Cabinet met, as I said, today, and we were informed that as of tonight, there are 1,049 active cases. This marked an increase during the period December 1st to September, where we are today, of over 1,009 active cases. We were 40 going into December 1st. So the number of positives that we have, because that is the net effect of what we have. The number of positive cases for that particular period, December 1st through today, the 7th, we have 4,335 cases, of which we have, that actually represents an increase of 1,519. That is countered by the recoveries that we've had to date, 3,246. So we had, during that period, December to where we are today, 509 recoveries. We had 2 additional deaths. So this is why we say that the active cases is 1,049. Ladies and gentlemen, I went through that exercise because while we begin to recover, we have to look at the rate of increases that we have in positive cases, because it is these new cases that will begin to multiply. And until we get these numbers down, until we get the number of new cases down to a manageable amount, then we would always have an increase in cases.
Well, viewers, following that press conference, the Ministry of Health revealed today, Monday, January 10th, that the active positive COVID-19 cases in the territory has since risen to 1,272. Now, taking a look at that statistics, viewers, that's an increase of 314 cases, with 1,035 on the island of Tortola, 214 on Virgin Gorda, 4 on Jos Van Dyke, and 19 on Anegada. Taking a look at the analysis of the cases, 70 of those cases are from entry screening day 0, 5 from entry screening day 7, 41 from travel screening, 498 of contacts of cases, and 658 from local cases. What is statistics also reveal that now some 16 persons are now hospitalized. Well, viewers, back to that press statement, media conference where the health minister also revealed that the healthcare sector has now been significantly impacted by the COVID-19 virus, with more than 100 persons now positive for the virus.
We are challenged. We're challenged because 109 of our healthcare professionals have been diagnosed as positive. This is of interest to us because the very people that we depend on to take care of us, they themselves, their families, they are stricken with this COVID-19 virus.
Well, meanwhile, the minister said that crowd sizes will now be restricted to a maximum of 100 persons. Well, he said to host an event with more than 100 person limit, a request will need to be made to the Ministry of Health.
In the interim, what we've done is that we have made measures to lessen the crowd sizes. We would lessen the crowd size right now to 100. The crowd sizes have been now restricted to 100. But this is still with a provision that interior spaces must only allow 1 person for every 9 square feet. 1 person for every 9 square feet, up to 100. If your enterprise can only hold 25, it must not have 30, 99. We also have looked at any crowd size above 100 must make application to the Ministry of Health. This is so that we can then look at all of the activities, entertainment, social, religious, and all of the activities during this time.
Well, viewers, Minister Malone further said that Cabinet will meet tomorrow, Tuesday, to determine if any additional measures are needed to further combat the present spike in the territory. Well, he said that if the spike continues to get out of hand, his government will have no other choice but to implement stricter measures. Ron, here we see somewhat of a surge in cases. These cases continue to rise, and as the acting chief medical officer did say that we are expected to see these numbers continue to gradually increase over the next few days.
Unfortunately, that is so. Viewers, it is a new year, that is, especially for the legal council of the Eastern Caribbean and here in the British Virgin Islands. A very special new law year, that is, of course. It is very essential because it spans all 9 member states and territories within the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court, and we caught up with the court, Justice Michelle John-Theobalds, who really encapsulated and broke it down for us as to what the general public can expect for this new law year. Listen in.
My name is Michelle John-Theobalds. I'm the Chief Registrar of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court. It has been a long-standing tradition that every year at the start of the first term of the court sittings, that the court would usher in the new law year, as we tend to put it, with a ceremonial opening. However, as a direct result of the COVID-19 pandemic, for the second consecutive year, the ceremonial opening will be held virtually. You see, the court wants to ensure that it doesn't miss out on the opportunity to mark this auspicious occasion, which has been a long-standing tradition. So this year, the ceremonial opening will be held virtually on Tuesday, the 11th of January 2022 at 10 a.m. The virtual sitting will be held under the theme, the ECSC, Reimagining the Justice System in the Era of COVID-19 and Beyond. You may ask what inspired the choice of this theme. As you would know, COVID has upended all that we have long considered to be normal and has caused the justice system to operate in a virtual environment to a larger degree more than ever. The pandemic has exposed the limitations of our long-standing modus operandi, and so the court and its stakeholders have had to reimagine the justice system, the manner in which we provide service in this system to the persons, the citizens of the OECS. And so the speakers for the ceremonial sitting will share their views and experiences on how they have reimagined the justice system. As you can imagine, one topic that you will hear coming up a lot is how we've embraced technology and other related measures even more closely to ensure that we continue to provide a system of justice that is effective and efficient. So through the assistance of our media partners, UWI-TV, the special sitting to commemorate the opening of the law year will be a pre-recorded production, with the feature address being given by the Chief Justice, Her Ladyship, the Honorable Dame Janice M. Pereira, followed by 9 other speakers from the inner and outer bar, each speaker representing a member state and territory of the OECS, which is the court's jurisdiction. The production will be broadcast on UWI TV, as I mentioned before, but it can also be viewed on YouTube, and the link can be obtained from the court's website, www.eccourts.org. There are also many GIS stations in the various member states and territories who will carry it live on radio and television. So there are a number of ways in which the citizens of the OECS can view the opening. I just want to urge members of the public to make it a date. Tuesday, the 11th of January at 10 a.m. It's our court. It's your court. It's mine. And indeed, all the people of the OECS, it is our court. So plan for it. Come hear how the court has been working to ensure that its mandate to serve its member states by providing access to a system of justice that is accountable and independent and administered by officers in a prompt, fair, efficient, and effective manner. Come hear about the court, hear how the court has been working to serve you and the plans on serving you in the future. Thank you.
Viewers, that was Chief Registrar Miss Michelle John-Theobalds. Of course, we want to take this opportunity to wish all the members of the legal fraternity the very best in the upcoming year. Of course, this year is expected to highlight some very prominent cases. One of them, particularly, we have a local couple who are really charting the way forward and contesting wanting their UK marriage to be honored here in the British Virgin Islands. It's two local women, and that has been a conversation piece, of course, locally, but particularly we are considering that this may be the year that that case is heard. We do believe that it may be the first of its kind within the territory, and we await to see what will become of that. Viewers, we have so much more in store. Up next, 7th District Community Youth Organizer Kevon S Lettsome appeals to the 7th District Representative, and Cctv cameras, 10 on Virgin Gorda have been installed, and a number of others are expected to be installed by May. We have the details of that and so much more after a word from our sponsors.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a brand new season of The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, a show poised to help guide modern-day men into 21st century distinguished gentlemen. It doesn't always involve suits and, bow ties, but raw, real-life lessons that translate to grounded, community-minded, well-rounded men. This season, I'm taking you on an entirely different journey, from chefs to dancers, philanthropists, communications specialists, and much more. I'm heading outside in the field to share the journey of some of the BVI's best and brightest men. From East End to West End, Virgin Gorda, Johnson Lake, not forgetting Antigua. Our Virgin Islands gentlemen are doing the damn thing, and I'm so proud. Get ready to reason, reflect, and redirect. We are the movers and shakers of this generation, and we ain't afraid to show it. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, Season 3 by yours truly, Ron Grant, raising a generation of greatness.
Welcome back, viewers. Well, the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force has completed its installation of 10 CCTV cameras on the sister island of Virgin Gorda, which have been placed in strategic locations to combat crime. Commissioner of Police Mark Collins gave the media update officials during a recent press conference. We'll take a listen.
A major fight against crime is the reinstallation of CCTV territory-wide. I mentioned this before at my first press conference. We are happy to announce that the reinstallation of CCTV cameras on Virgin Gorda is now complete. 10 cameras on Virgin Gorda, and lots of hard work continues, and contributions from many people both in the public and private sectors have assisted in making this happen. I want to particularly acknowledge my own communications team in the force for their hard work and dedication to the task, and work continues to rolling out the CCTV across Tortola, which I understand is earmarked to be finished and finalised by May of this year.
Well, Commissioner Collins, while only confirming that the cameras to be installed on Tortola are expected to be completed in the next few months, did reveal last May that some 178 cameras were to be installed on the island. Well, at the time, he said the installations were set to start in Central Road Town and then continue towards the other ends of the island. Well, Collins also revealed during the recent press conference that both the CCTV cameras on Virgin Gorda and Tortola will be remotely monitored by the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force's control room at their headquarters on Tortola.
No, these are places, strategic places on Virgin Gorda that we will have the ability to view, but both at Virgin Gorda Police Station and back here at the Police Control Room as well, as we will with all of the cameras on the territory as well.
Well, viewers, that was the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Mark Collins.
Viewers, closing out on the local scene, in a recent Facebook post, 7th District Community and Youth Organizer Kevon S Lettsome made a public appeal to the 7th District Representative and the Deputy Premier of the Virgin Islands, along with the Government of the Virgin Islands, Dr. the Honorable Natalia D. Wheatley, to swiftly reopen the Rosalind Penn Health Centre in the district. Now, Lettsome began by thanking the health care professionals, saying, and I quote, "Firstly, my thoughts and prayers are with the healthcare workers and frontline staff across the territory who put themselves and their families at risk to keep the Virgin Islands safe. We continue to rely on your strength during these times, and for that we say thank you." Healthcare facilities in the 7th and 8th districts. Now, on that matter of healthcare facilities within the districts, Lettsome stated, on August 1st, 2019, the 7th district's lone healthcare reopened since the devastating hurricanes of 2017. This was a tremendous milestone, he said, for the residents of the districts who face many health challenges. However, over the last few months, the healthcare center was closed, and as I move throughout the district, he said, it is painfully obvious that no one can explain the reasons behind the closure. From a recent announcement from health officials, we know that the Omicron variant, he said, is present in the Virgin Islands, so we must find ways to ease the burden on the Penn Health Clinic in East End by reopening the Rosalind Penn Health Centre in District 7 as soon as possible. Lettsome said this is not fair to the districts, further appealing for some resolve, stating the burden of two heavily populated districts cannot fall on one healthcare center whose healthcare needs range from family planning, immunizations, chronic medical and other services and care. It is not fair, he added, to the districts, nor is it fair to the healthcare professionals. Now, viewers, on August 1st, the post continued 2019 at the reopening of the health center. The main theme was demonstrating a commitment, he said, to delivering care to the community by meeting their needs at their doorsteps. I am now, he said, appealing to the 7th District Honorable Dr. Natalia Wheatley to find the resources and take care of our district in keeping with the commitments made by his colleagues. We need, he said, the Deputy Premier of this territory to step up for us. Now, viewers, on December 14th, the BVI Health Services Authority last issued a statement on the closure of one of the clinics in East End, Longlook, stating the British Virgin Islands Health Services Authority is informing the public that the Iris Penn Smith Clinic was closed on December 12th and will remain closed until the 31st January 2022. Now, during this closure, all services in the eastern area will be offered, they said, at the Rosalind Penn Health Centre in Longlook. Residents then responded to that statement via our website, stating that at that time, the Rosalind Penn Health Centre, which the BVI Health Services Authority was referring persons to, was also closed at that time. One resident stated, Rosalind Penn Health Centre has been closed all week as well. Does anyone have any info? Hospital switchboard could not assist. Now, to date, no updates, viewers, have been provided by the Minister of Health or the District 7 representative on the closures of the healthcare facilities. Our newsroom did reach out, however, to the BVI Health Services Authority, who confirmed that the Iris Penn Smith Clinic is now open, while the Rosalind Penn Clinic is now closed. Definitely, Kamal, we see where persons continue to take to social media to really ask questions as it pertains to pertinent issues. As Mr. Lettsome said, the East End Longlook community, both the 7th and 8th districts, are one of the largest communities within the BVI, and it seems as though the closure is obviously placing a burden on not only the residents, but healthcare professionals.
Indeed, I'm sure that a lot of persons, obviously, especially now with the COVID climate, that would also help contribute to the further closure, even though the initial closure would not have been related to the COVID-19 situation. Now, I'm sure that would probably make bad matters worse.
One of the things that we have to understand when it comes to our community centers like these two throughout the community, particularly our elderly persons and persons with disabilities, and young mothers particularly, really rely on these community center services instead of coming to the state-owned facility in Rotown that is already overextended. We see where they're heavily reliant on these communities from East End to West End. These are necessity services. So I do understand the pleas, and we do trust that some resolve will come close sometime. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Viewers, right back after a word from our sponsors.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Welcome back, viewers. We had somewhat of a very interesting newscast today. Just to recap, we would have seen somewhat of a wanted bulletin being issued for the passing of the murder of the late Jaimez Stoutt, and then we would have seen somewhat of cases skyrocketing again to 1,200 mark. Just so much going on today, and today is only the first day of the week so far.
Indeed, viewers, that is it for our content. We thank you so much for sticking with us, of course, as we bring you local, regional, and international content here in the Virgin Islands. We are 284 Media, your source for honest and impartial news. I'm Ron Grant.
And viewers, I'm Kamal Hayes, and thank you for sticking with us.
Bye-bye.